my house because I'm leaving, so I don't get maybe I'm not gonna get another chance to show it. I'm only here for like 2.5 weeks, so this is it. Look, see, that's my moped. Uh, this is the address, so you can't really I shouldn't see that, but you come in here. Um, you come in here. That's all that trash. You have to organize trash in Japan. This is Japan, by the way. This is a huge mess. My shoes. That's a bathroom. I took all the decoration down. Oh, almost all of it. And there's that. This opens on its own. It also has a bunch of buttons, and it like sprays your butt. I put this here so you can game while you use the restroom. That's closed. You walk in here. That's a washer and dryer. Washes my clothes and then dries it. When I go back to America, I'm definitely getting one of these. That's for sure. This is what the bathroom looks like. Uh, so yeah, it's a pretty nice bathroom. You literally just stand and shower right there. You can adjust this. There you go. And yeah, I don't know. It's really nice. It's just a nice bathroom. And then you want to know what? Well, that's my whatever. That's like the sink and stuff. I'm not gonna go too much in detail. Then I already showed you the bathroom. What am I doing? Turn that off. There's the kitchen. There's all my trash. It's a mess because you have to organize the trash again. So I have it all organized. That's some stuff. That's just like the you know what this is? This is a freaking refrigerator. And then this is like a pantry. And these are my rugs. This is like where I hang out all the time. Everything's messy because I'm like in the process. There used to be a poster right there in the process of like packing up. I just started packing up, so there's still like a lot of things out. So I wanted to show it off before I put it all away. You come upstairs. There used to be some stuff there. That's my bedroom. There's my other TV. I think it's really personal. It's just a house and just some normal stuff. Yeah, this is my office. The the computer is downstairs. And there's like just another thing. That's where I keep all my electronics. There's some files on the ground, so I don't want to show that. Then you come out here on the balcony. Yeah, I got a freaking balcony. And this is where most people like dry their clothes, but like I said, I have a washer and dryer, so I don't have to worry about that. And then you come out here. Oh, somebody just got a delivery. And you come out here and you like see like that's where like the country area is, but also the city area is like over there. This is like the other side of my office, and this is my bedroom again. I got the three boys right here, the three amigos. Ain't that's so funny? Um, yeah, and then here's the other bathroom. This is pretty much where I like pee practically every morning. Um, why isn't it opening? There it goes. Yeah, it's supposed to open a little bit faster. So when you flush, it turns into this water fills the the tank, and you can wash your hands right there while it fills the tank. Because I mean, that water's kind of nasty. With your hand dirt, doesn't really matter because it's just gonna go to poop anyway. There's another closet. This is a pretty big closet. I never realized how big it is. I can rent that room out. And here's all my unfolded laundry. That's all clean, by the way. And this is my like extra room. And I got all my stuff in here, and that's my work laundry. That's my work stuff. So I don't want to show that. I think it's stupid. But yeah, I got all my clothes here. And this is where I sometimes just meditate very infrequently lately. There used to be some stuff up here. This was going to be like a gym room, but I was only here for I was only living in this house for 5 months, but I wanted to. I've been here for 3 years, but I've only lived in this house for 5 months, and there's like a mirror. Um, yeah, I guess that's really it. But it's a huge house to live alone in, and I love that. I love being alone. I mean, I love having alone time. I don't know why it's like this, but this is where I keep my stuff, my I keep forgetting the names of things because I'm trying to think of like a bunch of interesting things to show you at the same time. My towels, but I really wanted to decorate this place a whole lot more, and I did originally, uh, but not a whole lot because I knew I was leaving in 5 months. I only got to live here for 5 months, which is unfortunate because it's a really cool house. I mean, I'd showed you outside, but there's not a whole lot outside. This leads to outside. There you go. See, and that's like the apartment complex next to me, and that's like a bunch of rocks. But that's where people go to hang out. I go to hang out. I mean, it's like right outside my house. So yeah, here's some decoration stuff. This is kind of like pretty much what I have like all over the place. Obviously, it's up there too. Um, yeah, I guess that's it. This is a little messy too. You know, if I had one more year here, that would have been great. And I tried to extend 1 year, but I they didn't. It was too late. I was told that it wasn't going to happen. That you're like, oh, you can't extend 1 year. Then I found out I could. By the time I found out I could, um, it was too late. So that's just a good lesson for you guys to just try anyway. If people say you can't, freaking try anyway. Most of the time, you're just gonna probably find out you can. There's my Switch 2. This thing's got a charge. It's at 20%. Is the Switch 2 worth it? Here's my review of the Switch 2. Um, I don't know. I only have one Switch 2 game. Well, I technically have two. I only have two Switch 2 games. And one of them is Pokemon Legends EA, and I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon, but I just simply couldn't get into it. I'm watching Oni Plays. I don't know if anyone's an Oni Plays fan, but I put them on sometimes just for background noise. Uh, Unless they're playing a game I like, which then I'll sit down and watch. But they haven't done that lately. Last game they played that I liked was this game, and I actually loved that game since I was like 12 years old. I'm 31, by the way. Um, Here's my face because I'm talking, practically just talking now. And it's just sad. It's a little sad. Like my girlfriend's stuff is here, and she's telling me to bring that stuff back to America, and we're gonna try to like work it out. And I've never really had like strong faith in long distance relationships. I've only been in like two of them, and they didn't work out, obviously. But with her, it feels really safe. So I'm glad about that. That's a good feeling. Even with the long distance, now it just feels like a challenge. Now it just feels like, okay, this is something that's going to make her stronger. Before it was just kind of like, man, God, I hope they don't think I'm not doing enough. But see how that works. That's just my personal life. But yes, yeah. See, there's my computer right there. That's what I plug in to watch movies sometimes. Um, and all this furniture is coming with me. This is all my furniture, so that's kind of cool. It's not the house's furniture. Even the curtains are mine. I set this up exactly the way I liked it. There used to be a poster there, like I said, but if I were here one more year, this thing would have been filled with posters because I have like this gum that's like you can't even see. It doesn't even leave any residue behind if you take the gum and like stick it on the wall and pick up all the rest of the gum, so you can't even tell it was there. So that's kind of cool. Uh, and that's it. There's really nothing left to show, and that makes me sad. On the other side of this wall is a house. Other side of that wall, well, is more of my house, but on the other side of that wall right here is another house because all like Japan is pretty tightly packed in most places. But this side, I pretty much just have my own area, like I showed you. I come to hang out right here sometimes if I want some air, and that's it. And that's my only house tour. I kind of wanted to do it when like a lot of people are here. Here's something cool. This little thing right here. You can see who's at the door. I mean, everyone has this ring thing now, but I just like that. I never had that before. I got look. This is like drinkable water. Also drinkable water, but it's tap. Like a Japanese stuff stove. It's all just amazing here. This is the first time I have owned a house. Well, I don't own a house, but like first time I rented a house, lived in a house by myself. And it's just amazing. I've lived in an apartment by myself before, but the house is really great. I chose the most expensive house. I was like, oh, why'd you do that? I was like, well, because I can, first of all, but second of all, I never got to have that before. So I think it's amazing. If you can, when I was younger, I was like, oh man, just, whatever, the smallest amount will do, the smallest amount will do. I can manage. But now that I can afford all this stuff, I'm just like, you know what? You live one time. I'm saving up money while doing this still. Why not just, spend a little extra money to have a better experience? And that's what you should think about sometimes. It's good to save up money. I'm a strong advocate of saving up money because some people don't have the ability to save up money. So, you got to pick and choose what you think is going to be more of a life experience or a comfort thing, or it's just luxury. Sometimes it's just luxury. Uh, because like I said, I just have a moped. Moped saves me so much gas. It's $5 like every like 2 months to do that. So you just pick and choose. And also, I like mopeds. I'm not a show offy guy. I didn't buy the house, or I didn't buy like rent a house to show it off, like a big house just to show it off. I rented a house because this is where I spend most of my time, besides work, I guess. You know, so I want it to be comfortable. I want it to feel like home, and that's why I decorate it exactly the way I like it, even if it's like weird to people. Like I like this couch, I like that curtain, I like that carpet. This one right here, I just liked that it was like silver, it was like see through. I didn't know it was see through when I got it, but yeah, I don't know. That's it. I guess I just wanted to show my stuff off before I never see this place again. And but by this place, I just mean this house. Most likely, we'll never see this house again. But I will definitely be coming back to Japan again because my girlfriend's Japanese, and we're making big plans. I'll just say that. I grew up. I made a huge grown up uh, growth. I don't know, in the past few years, and I think like I found somebody that is also in the same place in life that I am, and even if like mentally, even if I'm not like exactly like sure what's going to happen, we both like support each other, and that's like it's just so nice. It's just so nice. We both try, and that's all that matters. Just show up and try. That's what I always say. Like you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to do everything perfect. You don't have to always get it right, but you just show up and try, and that's all you have to do. And I'd say that to my workers too, because I'm like, I used to be, well, I'm not still a shift lead, but at the time I was being the shift lead at the place I worked, and my workers always asked me like, I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I was like, you show up and you try, and like, what else can you do? I'm not going to over exhaust you. You do your job. You show up and you do your job and you try. And if you want to do extra, that's good too. But only do it when like only do it when you can. Don't overexert yourself over a job. That's what I always think. You do what you can, and if you want to get better at your job, then do it because not because it's the job is forcing you to. Maybe it's necessary to learn new stuff, but you should do it because you get that satisfaction from work. It's your life. It's your life first. I think it's your life first. That's what I always say. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm gonna go. Thanks for joining me. I'm leaving. Thanks for showing. Oh, there's my house again. One more time. Some of it, not the whole thing again. There's remote. This part's cool. The remote. So maybe I didn't show that for like everything. All right. Bye.